Well, thank you all for coming back to video number 2. If you have not seen video number 1, which is where I put down peel and stick wood look flooring that I purchased from Amazon, you can look at it after you watch this video, or you can just stop and just go back. But coming up here, I'm just showing you quick clips from when I initially started on this bathroom back in January of 2020. And because of the pandemic, and then after the pandemic, the young man not being able to come back, I thought I would just complete it on my own because frankly, I just got tired of looking at the wood up there. So what I did was I painted the trim after I filled in the holes and caulked in the cracks where the wood meet. I also painted in the middle white, and then a company graciously sent me 4 rolls of peel and stick wallpaper, which you will be seeing, that I put on the bottom and the top of the molding. What I did state in the video when I first uploaded this is that I was trying to make a decision of whether I was going to carry the wallpaper up to the ceiling or get some solid color wallpaper. Well, you'll see I did decide to carry the paper up to the ceiling. That's what this video is about. But then the video before this, I'm pointing to the floor. I put some peel and stick flooring that I purchased from Amazon. My daughter sent me a clip from Home Depot where I was able to see what it looked like on my floor before I actually did it. And I'm glad that I did, because I initially was going to put the marble look peel and stick flooring down, and I'm glad that I did not do that because it would have been too much going on. So let's get on with this video as I show you how I applied the paper to the ceiling, and I want to thank you all for stopping by. Okay, so I'm going to be putting wallpaper on my ceiling, but before I do, I wanted to show you all how I had the chandelier hanging up. These are the S hooks or cup hooks, and the red are anchors because of the weight, which is not too heavy, but it's heavy enough that this would have come out of the wall if it had had anything to support the weight. So the anchors I used to support, which is the red, and then I screwed the hooks in. But I'm going to take them out so that I can put the wallpaper up. Also, this just pops out, and I'm going to pop that out. And I think I've decided to go ahead and continue with this up to the ceiling. It's a good thing it's not a long ceiling. It's a small square basically. And I'm going to go on the last part so you can see that the bottom of my hand touches and my elbow still bends. Okay, I got the first row up. There's only 2 rows. This, the middle, and the end, and I am matching it up with the lines and patterns going this way. Let me tell you, and I knew it wasn't going to be easy. It didn't take me long to get it up once I got past this beginning because it overlapped. So of course I scored it, and you can't see because I took the excess off. And then I took the vent cover off. Now I just got to take the hooks out and do the middle. I'm glad it's only 3 rows. Yeah, you gotta really love wallpaper to do what I'm doing. You gotta really love doing what I'm doing to do it. But it wasn't bad as I thought. It's a challenge because it's patterns. And then because, again, I'm fighting against gravity. But I'm determined to get what I want the way I want it. So let me go ahead and get this second and third row up, and I'll show you the finished look from floor to ceiling. Okay, so I wanted to come in quick to share something with you all. You will see that there is a gap between the first row and the second row. It looks like I could have matched the patterns, but in actuality, when I did try to, I didn't try all the way down, but I noticed as I started going down, when I started at the very beginning, the patterns start not matching. I don't know why, because it started matching, and as it went down, it wasn't. It looks like it might be when you look at it here, but when it started, it was okay, but as I was going down more and more, it was getting off. So I basically just kept this piece even with I kept this piece even with the piece that was on the wall. So basically the pattern, I followed it from the wall to the ceiling, going in the direction of the door, not the opposite way. So you'll notice, looking the opposite way, the side walls, the sink wall and the wall across from it, if you look at the ceiling, those wall patterns don't match with the pattern on the paper on the ceiling. However, I did use the door wall and then the tissue wall, that's what I'll call it, the tissue wall, to determine of matching my patterns. And what I used is the rows that were on the wall, on the tissue wall, as my guide to go up. But again, when I was putting this up, it started out matching, but then it was going off. Again, it looks like it is if you look at the spacing in between, but if you look real carefully, it's getting ready to go off too. So what I did was I just cut a strip to put there. Now it won't match at all, but because the ceiling is up high and from a distance, you'll see at the end, I'll point to it, but it's almost hard to find it. So I did the best that I could to matching it. Now the third row, I will be able to put it right up against it, but then it won't be all the way up against the wall. So then I would have to cut another strip to put on the edge of the wall. And I'm talking about the part that I'll be putting to cover the vent. So we're going to continue on finishing this, and I will show you it all done. I'm not going to show you me putting up the third strip. I just wanted to show you putting up the first strip, but then we'll see it all done after this. Okay, you see right here where I'm pointing, see where it starts to going off? You can see right there. So that's why I just moved it over and just followed the row that was on the wall. But all in all, I liked the way it came together. Again, I wished I could have butted up against each other, but when it started, it was matching. But as I was going down, it was going off. So now you're getting ready to see what it looks like all completed. Okay, I finally finished putting it up on the ceiling, and I pretty much did okay. Let's see if I can find right here. See right in this here thin row where I had to fill. You can see that that's not matching, so I had to do that. Put a strip there because I couldn't really match it because the second big piece was a little off from this. And I mean, it started out, if you can tell looking back here, it started out matching. So this is the first piece and this is the second piece. So it started out matching and then it was going off, but I had to put a strip there. And then over in this corner, I had to really piece it together right in here. I think you can see, I'm not sure, but you can see I took the vent off and then I had to put a strip there. But when I do, I try to make do it my best by matching the circles. but I love it. So later on this year, I'm going to get trim molding to crown molding. I'm learning there's a difference. I'm learning that this trim around here is called, see, the trim is called finish molding, shoe molding, and then the bigger piece is called baseboard, and then of course this is called trim, wall trim, and anything to the ceiling is called crown molding. And then you got your door trim. So I'm just learning the different names for trim. So everything's not just called trim. You got your baseboard, your shoe molding, just trim further around the baseboard. Then the crown molding, which makes sense because you put a crown on your head, so it's at the top, which is the ceiling. And then trim molding, which is, you know, you got the chair rail. Most of them is the height of the chair. This is the height of my shoulder, and then above there. So I'm learning as I'm doing these DIYs. I think that's all for now in this bathroom. I'm going to put my DIY chandelier back up. I covered the bumps, but I mean the things, but I put an impression so I know where to put my chandelier back. So this is going to be it for the bathroom this year. You want to get a vanity. I do want to change out that, and I want to put a different mirror up there. And this is for next year, is what I'm talking about. But for this year, for the bathroom sitting the way it did since 2020 with just that raw wood, I absolutely love what I did. And my floor. And here it is, all completed from the floor in between and all the way up to the ceiling. I absolutely love this completed project that I started in January of 2020. I love my DIY lighting, and I just love everything about this bathroom. I can't wait till I get the crown molding. It's going to really make it pop. Even though the ceiling and the wall is the same, it's still going to stand out once I get that crown molding up into that ceiling. I've also decided to go ahead and put this peel and stick flooring in my foyer entry. However, I'm going to do something that looks very similar to this in my kitchen and living room, but it won't be this peel and stick product. So let me just show you a few pictures. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would love to read your comments. And for my first time viewers, please consider subscribing. And my faithful viewers, thank you so much for your viewing support. I want to thank you all for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching JRC Restoration, Decor, and Designs. And remember, the distance between your dreams and reality is called action. So until next time, make it a blessed and productive day, everyone. Bye-bye.